Hi there, everyone. This is James Milan, and welcome to this DPCD update. That's our Department of Planning and Community Development. And I am joined, as always, by Claire Ricker, the director of our Department of Planning and Community Development, for this DPCD update. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning.
I hope that it is a good day and week for you.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Right. I'm putting you on the spot there, but I'm sure that it is. Every day and every week is, of course,
Yeah.
around here. Um, let's get right to it. We've got a bunch of things to talk about, as always, whenever we get to talk to you. Today, we're going to find out. Here's no surprise. The town has gotten two new grants. We are very, very good at this, as we've discussed before. But there's $1 million grant. That's a significant one for green
Mhm,
infrastructure.
mhm,
And then another to explore geothermal network systems here in East Arlington
mhm.
specifically. We also want to talk about the design of the Mystic River Path and the Minuteman connection, that project that I'm, as you know, have always had a particular interest in. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. And then there's an upcoming builders forum to discuss the new specialized stretch code that you've explained to us before, as well as upcoming fossil-free demonstration program.
Mhm.
But we are going to start with AMP Up. I still love that little acronym, and that is what we're calling, or what you're calling, the master plan update. So tell us what we need to know, please.
Sure, sure. So, on February 29th, DPCD hosted a kickoff webinar to discuss the master plan update process. The last master plan for Arlington was done in 2015, and it recommended an update in about 10 years. And so we are roughly 10 years out and looking to update that plan. We had over 100 people register for that event. We got a lot of great questions from those who attended. If you missed the webinar, recording is available at arlingtonma.gov/masterplan. And as part of this update project, we're looking for volunteers to join the AMP Up Advisory Committee. Applications are available the same webpage, arlingtonma.gov master plan. So far, we have about 12 applicants. We're looking for a youth volunteer from the high school. We're especially looking for folks who rent in Arlington who might like to apply and be part of this committee. Um, the committee will ultimately will assist us in selecting the consultant who will be responsible for generating the update content, master plan update content. We'll provide input on best practices, and we'll be leading a lot of the community outreach that will be part of this project. This consultant will also review and make recommendations on materials and provide guidance also on our efforts. So applications for the AMP Up Advisory Committee are due by the 14th. We by April 14th, excuse me, not today. Uh, um, so they are due on April 14th, and we hope to have the committee selected by early May. We are encouraging people to watch or rewatch the webinar to see if it's something they're interested in, and certainly apply to be on the committee.
Yeah, I mean, 100 people for that first webinar, that is an encouraging start. So I very much hope that people heed your call here as well. Okay, let's start at the top, I think, of the good news for this week, and that is $1 million for green infrastructure. I love every part of what that sounds like, so explain, please.
Sure. So, along with, in partnership with 12 other communities, and Arlington is the lead community on this project, we were awarded about $960,000 to build green infrastructure in the Mystic River Watershed. Um, the funding will be used by the town to build small-scale, cost-effective installations that distribute benefits of stormwater management regionally across the Mystic River Watershed, which is the most urbanized watershed in New England. Some of the
Hmm.
projects will include infiltration trenches. It's an award-winning stormwater management technique that was actually developed by town engineer Wayne Chenard. Very innovative, cost-effective street trench design, been replicated more than 100 times now across the watershed, and 100 more are shovel-ready. We'll also be building tree trenches and rain gardens as part of this project. And the goal is to minimize contaminants reaching the Mystic River and limit flooding. We really are trying to get the water in the ground rather than in the stormwater system, which is so often overloaded now due to the impacts and ongoing effects of climate change. So great grant. Kudos to David Morgan, the environmental planner, and certainly Wayne Chenard for his innovative work here. Just a great project and now funded.
We have some excellent grant writers in this town, that is for sure. And that is really kind of eye-opening to hear, ear-opening, I guess, to hear that this is the most urbanized watershed in all of New England. So clearly attention needs to be paid, and I'm glad that we've got some money to throw at the problem as well now, as well as great ideas. Okay, let's move on. So Home Energy Efficiency Team, or HEAT, has an award that you want to tell us about, or it's perhaps just the program itself, but please tell us what you'd like.
Sure. Yeah. So this is another sort of great resiliency project, sustainability project that we have been looking to do. Arlington was among 13 communities selected to participate in this Kickstart MA Grant, which with the funding comes from the Mass Clean Energy Center. We were awarded $50,000 to evaluate potential sites for network geothermal. We would like to do this project in East Arlington, probably near the Thompson Elementary School and the Arlington Housing Authority's Menotomy Manor housing development, of course, and some surrounding residences. What the project will do or will look at is the feasibility of networking several buildings together on a single geothermal system, which can provide greater efficiency in the system. Some buildings can use heat potentially that other buildings are shedding. So this study will start in the spring, and then we're expecting it to be complete by the end of 2024. So again, another very interesting project looking at network geothermal, something we can thank, of course, our sustainability manager, Talia Fox, for her efforts on this. And we're excited to get going on this one as well.
Yeah, I really, again, I just want to jump in on and say that networked geothermal, I really like that idea a lot, because in exploring it for personal, possibilities a couple of years ago, that huge front end cost that pays out well over a long period
Mhm.
of time, it seems like this will work so much better if, like you say, multiple buildings can operate off of the same infrastructure. That's
Yeah.
great. All right then. Okay, yeah. Now let's talk about what we mentioned before, which is the Mystic River Path and the Minuteman Bikeway, and the fact that there is a design and idea to connect those things. How is that going?
Oh, it's going really well. This is I keep saying that these are great projects. They're all great projects. But as part of the federal fiscal year 23 Consolidated Appropriations Act, Arlington received about $1 million from the $1.7 trillion spending bill that was signed in December 2022. This funding follows the completion of a feasibility study that the town conducted in 2021 to study the feasibility of a new connection between the Mystic River Path and the Minuteman Bikeway Trail. This is looking like a 1.7-mile shared use path along the Mystic River and Lower Mystic Lake. That feasibility study was also grant funded. It was funded with an $80,000 Mass Trails grant and supported with another $10,000 grant from the Lawrence and Lillian Solomon Foundation. So lots of great work, great effort here, entirely grant funded. And so this project has spanned the last two transportation planners. Now that we have our new transportation planner on staff, we're really kicking off this project in earnest. And to that end, the town released the RFP for designing this project last week. The RFP process will last through early summer, looking for a designer of this new path. So it will last through the early summer, and the hope is to have the consultant on board late summer or early fall to finish the project. And because it's federal funding, this project must follow Mass DOT's project development and design guidelines, which are
Mm.
very, very rigorous. So the earliest we could expect construction to start on this would be in about 5 years. But again, a great project, diligent design, and I think it's going to be great once we can get through the design phase and move into construction.
Yeah, I mean, it sure looks, it sounds like there are a lot of hoops to jump through,
Yes.
what you were just describing as a rigorous process. I had not heard that that was the timeline that we should expect, so I'm glad to now have my own expectations grounded in reality here for when this will actually come into being. All right, thank you very much for that update. We've got one more thing to discuss on the official agenda today, and that is the upcoming Builders Forum in April that is, I think, about the specialized stretch code.
Sure. So this is, sort of piggybacking onto the specialized stretch code, which went into effect on January 1st of this year. This is more a builders forum that is directed more at the fossil fuel free building demonstration program that Arlington is a part of. We're one of 10 municipalities to amend our zoning ordinance to require that all new construction or major renovations be fossil fuel free. So that is scheduled to take effect on May 21st. And, to that end, the Inspectional Services Department, Mike Champa and Talia Fox here in my office will be hosting a builders forum to answer any additional questions or questions that contractors and builders may have about how the fossil fuel free building demonstration program may impact their projects. And so the builders forum will be held on April 10th at 10 a.m. At Inspectional Services, 51 Grove Street in the new building. And we're encouraging folks to attend just, to get information about where Arlington is with its sustainability efforts and what that means, in construction and development of new projects.
So I just want to make sure I understand that the primary audience for this will be builders to be able to find out what it is that, how the various stipulations are going to affect the work that they can do, but then others are also invited in just to be able to hear about this, or
Sure, sure. I think,
okay.
this is a meeting that is going to provide information and guidance on compliance, links to how to, find rebates and apply rebates to your project, and also, provide guidance for those who are not familiar with the new requirements. And of course, more information on both the specialized stretch energy code and the fossil fuel free demonstration program are available on the town website.
Okay, thanks for that. Well, as promised, lots of news and lots of good news today. So that is a lovely thing to share. Anything that we've missed or that you'd like to add?
Nothing I can think of.
You know when to stop, right? Good. Just stop. Let's quit while we're ahead, shall we? All right. I have been speaking with Claire Ricker. She is the director of our Department of Planning and Community Development for this DPCD update. We do appreciate Claire's time as we always do, and we're glad that you joined us as well. Thanks so much for doing so. I'm James Milan. We'll see you next time.